104 SVG. Like, comment, and share now.
Indeed. You need a love like ours. Good morning, St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Welcome to the Wake Up Call. Today is Tuesday, April 5th, in the wonderful year of 2022. April 5th, 6, 7, 8, 9, 4 days. I can't help but every single day, maybe during every shift leading up to Friday, remember that 365 days ago, we were in a very, very, very different position. But thank God for life. Thank God we're here and happy and healthy. The Wake Up Call team is also on the inside. Crash.
What's up, Crystal?
I'm good.
I was gonna stop you there when you said a love like ours. You know how the WhatsApp gets when you say those kind of words,
I cannot control how people perceive things or how people interpret things.
That's true.
A love like ours. We hear every day. Isn't that love? And there are different types of love. All right. So we've also got DJ Lano on the inside. He over there in the corner doing something. And yours truly, Crystal. You will hear him in a bit. All right? So for those who are up and about, moving, making some positive movements this morning, good morning. Welcome to Extreme 104.3 FM. Wherever you are, however you're listening, across the length and breadth of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, the rest of the region, US, UK, Canada, Asia, Africa, everywhere. Outer space too, good morning. How to wake up?
If you get a response from there, how are you going to feel now?
I would be in awe.
Be hello, Earthlings.
I'd feel good, I'm reaching really far and wide. I'm going out of this world. I mean, I might have to change and put on something, Crystal, to the thing that plays every morning, I go out of this world or something. Listen, if you want to hit us up, 430-1043, that's the WhatsApp. 457-1043, that's the number to call. And of course, we are live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. All right. If you're listening via 88.5, 104.3, www.x104fm.com, your favorite app, your favorite website, good morning. If you're just listening for the very first time, welcome. All right. Get to following us on our social media platforms at Extreme 104 SVG. Who to say good morning to first, boy? Good morning to the teachers. Good morning to all the principals, the students. Oh, you're on a break right now, so you're enjoying yourself. Good morning to all the folks who are visiting. Good morning to the folks who are working in the security service sector, education, accounting, and money people. Money. Good morning to the politicians, the sports people. Good morning. So what's up? Run out of breath there,
I was
man.
letting you go, but you didn't pick up your favorite guys, the van drivers. Well, they're female van drivers too. I know you usually give them a special good morning.
Good morning to all the minibus drivers and conductors, all the passengers. Good morning to the folks who are driving company vehicles. I know some folks are already on the road moving whether it's drinks or snacks. And sometimes they have to go like really far and wide, So make sure you big up yourself today. Have a wonderful day. Am I forgetting anybody? I hope not. All the folks who are operating shops across the entire island, good morning to you. Today, you're going to make a lot of money. Okay? You got to guarantee it. And as we try to always say every morning, find something to be thankful for and say thank you. All right. Joycelyn says, Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday to you too. Remember, you can hit us up on Facebook or on our WhatsApp. All right? Now, some overnight trends. I read this story on Eyewitness News this morning where this guy he got in trouble with the law. Him and his girlfriend were arguing over food. I don't know if it's the fact that the food ain't cooked or the food ain't cooked good or whatever. She didn't buy groceries or whatever, but they were arguing over food. And he was clearly upset. One thing led to another. He asked her for money, I think it's money that he gave to her. He left, came back with a book bag, and in that book bag, according to the story, was a firearm that he did not own. Boss man said he was gonna fix it. So in argument, he pointed it towards her, and she ran outside screaming, called the police. Then it eventually ended up in court. He got a couple of years for that. But what I find interesting about that is that it was not loaded, it was not working, but he just did it to scare her after an argument over food. Crazy, huh?
Yeah.
The things that people go through in life. And listen, if she thought it was a bluff, then she may not have called the police. But clearly she was terrified by it. To go as far as running upstairs from where they were living, screaming on the place, and calling the popo on her own boyfriend. He has one child, an ill father. Now he has to spend a couple of years behind bars.
Oh, well.
And here's another part of that story, right? He was under the influence of alcohol during that entire ordeal.
Couldn't contain himself.
Couldn't control, but alcohol only lets out what's inside.
True.
It does not hold back a single thing. Please. You can't hold the liquor. Let it go.
Don't drink.
And you see that carnival coming around the corner, let it go. Speaking of which, this morning we're going to be joined by Mr. Rodney Small. Later on this morning, right? Good morning to all the artists. 2 years have passed where we had significant downtime, right? We're going to talk about becoming export ready within the creative sector. So things like getting your contracts ready, things like getting your professional photographs, images, website, social media, marketing, managing, all those things we're going to talk about. 2 years down, let us talk about how we can move to the next level, because we've already seen that it was a very difficult period. You couldn't go outside to entertain people. You had to figure out another way to get things done. I see as well some royals coming to St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
What I was looking at last night is there's an article that came out says that the SVG's COVID immunity bubble will burst, leading to another spike.
Yeah, I saw that too. I saw that too.
So I'm like,
It is a possibility.
I don't think so though.
What are you not thinking about? Is it the immunity?
I don't think persons would go. Well, probably would get a spike, but I don't think persons would go in to get tested like before.
Oh.
I feel like we're just gonna accept it as it is. Someone will get sick and just be like, oh, it's a cold, it's a flu.
It's flu, a bad boy.
Yeah.
I
don't think we'd be aware of it. It would just be around, and it's just gonna be like the regular flu.
You don't think that has been happening all the time?
Yeah, but I mean, like,
you think go
you
figures
to put out a statement now and say, oh, it's gonna burst, and I feel like we're just wasting our time.
When he said it's going to burst, right? He meant that after a while your natural immunity runs out. So it's not effective after a certain time. That time we're not so sure. But because COVID is still around, we're still in an emergency health crisis or situation, right? So at any given moment, we can have another spike if people don't do what they're supposed to do, or if there's a new strain, or if something just goes wrong. So for those who contracted COVID, and he was making reference to Christmas, those who got COVID during Christmas, after a while, they might be able to contract COVID again, which would lead to another spike if we have another spike. So the number of people who would be immune to it, it would be far less than before. I'm not looking forward to that. So I think that we should be very careful with how we talk about COVID-19 going forward. I know that there's this, there's a chart and there's a model that must be followed. We understand that, but please let us not look. Don't. Shh, 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 shh. We out of this. This is it. We're not going back. I know Easter and some things might happen after Easter, leading up to Carnival, but no. And then Carnival, no. Shh, shh, shh. Please. We have had.
Just loud the
enough.
thing.
Loud the thing. Loud. Loud, my man. Okay?
I don't think we're going back in any lockdown per se. I think
We
we
were,
just
we were ever in a lockdown.
let's not go down that road. They tried, but I don't think we're going back down to any of that road anytime
We're in a
soon.
lockdown. We
There's
had
also another
restrictions.
issue at hand:
What's that?
the nurses.
Oh boy.
The nurses are not too pleased with their working conditions.
Again.
Yes, they are
Again.
complaining they're overworked and they don't have the adequate supplies to fulfill their task. It's a lot, and they're very stressed about it.
Too much.
Yes.
Too much. You know, it's clocking 4 years now since I've been here. And at the beginning, this was an issue. Problems that nurses face here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Good morning to all the nurses. Good morning to all the doctors. Good morning to all the folks who are working at the various health facilities across SVG. Good morning to the Minister of Health. Good morning to everybody who's working in the back office. So you don't really see, but you know they're there because they're probably watching the salaries. I'm just playing. But I mean, the problems that they have been facing have been there for a number of years. So we moved through different periods of shortage, nurses coming in from Cuba, then the problem being rectified. Then we moved back to nurse shortage again. And then we started paying out $1,000 a month to the nurses so that they can get their degree, be qualified to be nurses. And then we have a problem with more nurses than jobs. So some nurses have to go away. And then we have a problem with the nurses, the conditions, as you said, not fit or not 100% fit. They're not happy. And then they would pack up the bundle and go away. And then we had COVID-19. And then we had the vaccine. And then some nurses pack up the bag and go away. Here we are again.
And the few that are there now, they're only there because they are concerned about the patients. So let's say that they just decide to wake up tomorrow morning and be like, hey, I can't do this anymore.
They
What?
had the bills to pay. They
Yes.
wouldn't do that. No. They go hold on a little thing.
No, but if they do decide, because there's so much you could take in a work environment, you could get fed up and you're like, hey, let me just walk off of this. I'll find something else better to do. There are other opportunities overseas that would require my assistance. You know, because we have seen over the years, nurses have left. They went to the UK. Some never come back. So let's say the others that are here, they decide to take that route. What's gonna be our problem?
Nurses.
Are we
here-
looking at the stuff that they need? Are we gonna provide them more frequently? I was talking to a nurse and she was telling me they usually get supplies weekly, but the amount that they get is so limited and it has to be shared between different departments. How are we going to deal with that? What are we doing to deal with that situation?
I see.
How can you have a nurse working these long hours and still have to squeeze in extra time? How are we going to rectify these problems? It's sad.
I got some responses from nurses. I think I'll share them after the 7 o'clock hour because we got to take a break right now. We've got your X News and your local weather report coming up. But these two particular nurses, well, the views are a little different. One is okay and the other one is not happy at all. So we're going to hear exactly what they have to say. The work hours, the shift times, not being told when their shift will have to change, supplies. It is a difficult position to be in as an employee who is unhappy and unsatisfied. And each time you talk, nothing happens. Or nothing is said to you. Very difficult, and you are expected to work at your ultimate best, dealing with people's lives. And then patients would come and complain about a whole bunch of stuff. We'll get to those in a bit. It's a wake-up call for a Tuesday morning. We're gonna take in some music at this time. Good morning to Michelle. Happy birthday, Chad Williams of Acres. Good morning, Danville. Good morning, beautiful SVG and its people. Crystal Dunn divorced me, and the devil still have restraining order against me. Have a blessed day. Have a good day, Danville. Let's go, Lano.